the end or nearly the end of this section. So we have looked into the ideation and the understanding of what our audience wants. We went through different ideas and topics and how to curate both content and visuals to make it the most appealing. But what about optimizing? We all know that in the age and time where we have an information overload, time is the essence, and every to do it at the best time or in the best content or the best channel, it's gold. So let's take a look at what our audiences prefer and how we can incorporate that in our ongoing content strategies.
Thank you, Serena. So I have 3 key tips here for optimizing our blog articles, long form content. And the first one is on headlines. We want you to use questions as headlines. So as you can see, when you compare the types of headlines from how-to, interviews, infographics, when trying to use curiosity, that's when your audience is the most engaged. So use that. Second one is to deal with very specific things. When should you publish and what time? Oh, sorry. And how long should your article be? So we advise that businesses aim for Saturday publications, and the articles, the range should be from 2,000 to 3,000 words. Lastly, it's to do with how to leverage different platforms for different types of content. And when comparing among 3 platforms, now that's Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit, use longer content of about 10,000 words for Twitter when compared to the other 2 platforms. Just to be clear, we're not using the body of the tweet, but more so sharing links of these long form content on these social media platforms. Next slide, please.
Cool. So this is a fun little way that we thought we would show you how to actually test whether social media or posts could be effective or well received by your audiences. So we're playing an internal little game where we're comparing a post that Serena did, a post that Naya did, and a post that I did, all relating to the same subject matter, and seeing how we applied our own knowledge to this kind of example, and then seeing who won or whose post performed the best at the end of it. So the criteria that we're going to be looking at is an eye-catching headline, tools used to break up the body, a call to action, and what kind of assisting media they used. So let's see the first one. We have option 1, Serena. So what we can see here is that she did use a headline that was eye-catching because it's also a question. There's an emoji used, which also helps your eye break up the text a little bit. She's kind of dropped very impressive stats or data in the body of the content, and had a very distinct call to action with downloading the report. And the visual is quite eye-catching because it's also very much aligned with our brand and how we want to market this specific report. So this is the first option. Think about it. Followed by option 2, we've got my thing. You'll see that I have a little bit of anxiety surrounding posting on LinkedIn, hence my expose that I dropped out of the pattern of posting. So my personal elements also hopefully added to my impressions because people felt sorry. Beyond that, I broke up the text into bite-sized chunks to make it a little bit more digestible to the eye. I used emojis as well as bolding techniques to make sure that people can kind of see the high level important information that I wanted to communicate. And then beyond that, I used an image of me in a town that was heavily littered with renewable energy wind turbines. So that was what was relevant there. And then the option 3, we have Naya. And Naya was great because this was an announcement of this being her first report that she'd published with ACT. So already kind of creating a sense of admiration with her audience. She was also great for creating some information around the high level kind of impressive data or stats that she used for the report. She also broke up the text using emojis into bite-sized chunks to make it easier on the eye, had a very defined call to action, and then went above and beyond and tagged us as well, which is also great for leveraging our audiences or our networks for her benefit in terms of impressions. So, drumroll please, who do we think performed the best? Is it So, some context as to why Naya performed the best. Other than the impressive social media kind of best practices that she implemented, this was also her first LinkedIn post ever. And for any of you who haven't posted before, now is your chance. LinkedIn will favor you from an algorithmic point of view. So with this being her first post, with the fact that she used active voice, she broke up her text, she used emojis, had an eye-catching visual, and tagged third parties, this meant that her post ranked the highest in terms of impressions and engagement.
We've got to a final